We want to talk housing as we prepare for what will likely be a new set of policies in the next administration. One new data point on Friday, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, said homelessness rose a record 18% in the past year, driven by factors like unaffordable housing, inflation, and it says here systemic racism. So this is the Biden administration's HUD. It's not their fault, not inflation or anything. What do you think of that? Let's join us now, Missouri Republican Congressman Mark Alford, co-chair of the Real Estate Caucus and member of the House Small Business. It's a systemic racism that's causing it. Congressman?
Yeah, blame it on everyone else but yourself. This is systematic in the Biden administration. This is their modus operandi for the last 4 years, and it's disgusting. The problem is the overregulation, the climate initiatives brought about through the Inflation Reduction Act that cities like Kansas City behind me are now following, and that's driven up the cost for a home here by 30% in the last year or so. In fact, from October of 23 till February of this year, there were very, very few new home permits pulled in the city because builders just can't make a profit. Their average profit is around 30%. When you add 30% to the price of the house, supply is down, inflationary pressures are up on homeowners. It is a disaster in the making for someone wanting to own a home. Get this, the median age now for the first-time home buyer is at an all-time high of 38 years of age. I don't know about you, the first home we bought, I was 28, and it is a way to build equity over the years. That is the American dream, and this administration is killing it.
What do you think is the answer, and how can DOGE play into this? Does HUD work? I mean, I'm not convinced that if that's a kind of GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. If that's what we get from HUD, what's the point? We have to fund that agency, don't we?
Well, I think it's systemic within all levels of federal government and state governments as well, and that's this diversity, equity, inclusion. Look, we want everyone to have an equal shot at owning a home in America. That's why we got rid of redlining years ago. But the barriers to home ownership right now are inflation, overregulation, and a lack of supply. And this administration, with this DEI initiatives creeping into home ownership, that is not good for potential homeowners. And then you have a lack of so-called affordable housing, which I don't think $1,600 a month is very affordable for most families. You have people who want to come in and build low-income housing for certain segments of the population, just to rent, and these type of regulations are driving them out as well.
Vice President Harris had it in her proposals to try to, I don't know, somehow to increase the number of houses being built and the housing availability. And I'm not sure that plan, man, was just throwing more money at a problem. But what can the federal government do to increase the housing supply? Or does it need to do anything except get out of the way?
Get out of the way. I think on the local level, state level, but mainly the local level, you've got to streamline the process and the permitting and cut some of the overregulation. I think these climate initiatives and the Inflation Reduction Act are a big deal for home builders all over. That's why you see home builders moving out of the Kansas City area and into the suburbs more so. But the density there isn't as much, and it costs actually more per house when you're building on an acre of land than you are in a more dense environment. You've also got to promote affordable housing, and I think a lot of it comes to workforce training. We've got to have the workers going back into the trades. My son is a carpenter. He's done a little house building, but we've got to train people and make home building respectable. Not everyone needs a college degree in America. And you can make a very good living, carpentry work, finishing work, building cabinets.
All right, Congressman, we'll have you back again to talk about all these things. We appreciate you having you on this morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.